Our party is currently on their week of downtime before they have their adventure. Does anybody have any set things that they want to do within this week? You're picking up your armor. You have something set.
I'm allowed to enter the school, right? Because of being friends with.
Yes, but at every point that they have seen you, you have been a turtle or you have been an otter.
Yeah. Since it's a new day, I'm going, right?
Yeah.
I slept. I really want to, look at the tree closer and figure out more about that. Because I've been thinking it's more than what it seems.
Did anyone come with you? Did you tell them about this on this day? It is a week.
I would be like, hey...
Do you split the party?
No.
Yes.
I would be like, hey,
So you have your
random
stack.
thief, do you want to join... Random...
You've never seen him.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
Well, depending on how late you want to do this, you may interact, but it depends on how late you want to do this.
I want to do it during the day.
Well, I mean, throughout the week.
My character's going to want to see, what kind of potion...
Would you like to
if there's any potion
What are
craft you
you
can make
going
from maybe,
I
stinger
wanna go
blood
to the
or whatnot.
school tree
He's
thing.
got.
I want to look and interact and see
Well,
what's going on with it. Or do you have date plans?
I don't have anything planned.
Okay.
Oh, you didn't set up no date throughout this entire week?
I'll make sure to send,
You kind of one-offed it and left her for dust.
No. Okay, you might not have had plans, but she would have at least found and approached you and offered a date, at least within the week.
Yeah.
Probably the same place because it's literally
That's how
considered
it
the
works.
best.
You have to let them marinate the date.
She's a business owner. She's slightly a control freak. She's proactive, let me just put it that way.
Sounds familiar.
And while I remember,
I'll tell you later.
at some point I need to send a sending stone to Rain, just to keep updated on how her journey is going into college.
Yet again,
So what
sending
do
only lets you do
because I have a date.
25 words.
I just kind of want to look at the school tree since I have a feeling there's more than what it seems. Related
I'm
to...
trying to navigate.
well,
Related to Eden.
day one of me is taking the magical component gem, going to school, finding a noble's kid that has a lot of talent but no drive or ambitions. Gladly pay out the nose for this, and use it to get a wand of healing and about a dozen healing potions.
Oh boy.
A dozen healing potions.
Did I stutter? I mean, you gotta think.
Okay.
It's definitely going to be somebody there that has the drive and ambition and definitely the wallet.
I would need you to roll persuasion so you get that kind of money.
20.
Dang.
First roll of the day, and
Today's
it's a
the
nat
day.
20.
And that 20.
Drive what you say to this.
Yeah, that'd be
Kid.
good. What do you say to this kid? And you're like,
I know you have many classes. I know they regulate this specific item heavily.
I really don't want to have to go out and go find one.
I have access to one that is completely 100% legit, and it will get you through your class quickly and easily. It just requires a bit of capital to do so.
Are you taking
How much? I've got my allowance. He goes and
Hey,
he has
told me try
would have to be a
sneaky.
sack
You
because
stop me.
we're talking about 2,000. Here, yeah. Well, he would have asked to see the gym that actually exists and to be like, yeah, that's okay. Here's. All right.
And if there's any other items that you have requests of in the future, I can possibly see that they come your way.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dang.
It would definitely have, in this case, it would have had to have been some sort of elf kid, because there are not many rich humans in this. Okay, so you said that.
Coincidentally, I need.
You could eventually go ahead and sell that. You would have probably had to have went and seen Sunny's shop for at least the Wand of Healing. That would have ran 1,000 gold pieces, unless you're going to try to talk her under.
I don't mess with healers. I treat healers properly.
Well, she's a magic item seller. Be a different thing.
Well, you got the general haggling, but I'm not going to be overly stupid about it.
Okay.
I mean, obviously trying to get 10% off, but she'll probably bump it up and back and forth. General roll of stuff.
He's a thief, but
So eventually-
a thief with standards.
A thief with
If you wanna-
intelligence, because if I want to come back here and buy more healing items, guess what? You keep your shopkeepers happy.
I'm
If
telling
you want to
learn
roll
from
for
him.
a 10% off, just
Right.
that, I want to
She'll
be.
learn from you.
Because I'm also
The amount
working
he
on
wanted
getting
off was
the
the
potions
big-
as well.
Yeah.
So
I'm
it's a big purchase.
Yeah,
and
we'll see if it's 1,000 or just 900.
Uh,
Persuasion. What do you add to persuasion?
2.
Yeah, it sells for 1,000.
Yeah.
And there's your information. I will go ahead and say rogue. I still find it really weird that the ranger gets to use it and not the rogue.
Well, Ranger eventually does get druidic spells.
It is a half caster,
Yes.
but he don't get access to being able to use magic device until level 13. We were complaining about
wow.
That makes no sense.
So may I borrow the PHP, please?
That's really high.
this. Oh, well, I have a additional HP. Okay. I thought that was ridiculous. It made no sense to me. Sorry, he actually has plans for each day. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're good.
I only had 2 plans. You said a date.
Because
Probably,
you are going to be
yeah,
near the
dragon.
end of the week to get
Dragon, you
the armor.
Yeah, and also I joined the hunt.
The
Don't
tree,
forget that.
whatever.
Well, that's actually the countdown to us.
Yeah.
to
Oh,
the
that's a countdown to that. Okay.
I'm hoping that people were informed somewhat.
Yeah, we agreed upon. Remember,
No one told you.
we signed up.
You didn't go to it.
Oh,
He's been in the same restaurant.
I thought-
Maybe I've overheard it.
I thought you told me.
I don't remember. That's up to Rails.
I thought he informed.
Rails
me,
doesn't know what you do and do not want.
Oh, okay.
If you don't know,
I guess I'm oblivious.
But you may have overheard me talking preparations for
You
it.
and your
but
other
that's it.
skills with what was
You-
it called?
Turtle.
Oh,
Okay.
and
You
sign
may
language.
have overheard
Sign
me
language.
speaking about it at one.
it's kind of ahead, but let's just say for the week, because it's still
You're lucky. Like
We're-
everybody knows sign language.
we're breaking away from all these dimensions from time. He's still on day 1. All I could think of that would happen throughout the week for Roland would be there would be some form of date. You might want to roll a straight charisma check to see how that goes.
Wow.
I literally just found it, which is
Let me
annoying,
practice
because
before.
thieves get to use magic device, not arcane tricks.
Huh. Arcane Trickster should have
That's a good sign.
I should keep.
should
that
just
one.
be earlier.
I got 20.
You got a nat 20
You saw it.
for your
I saw
charisma
somewhere.
for your date again.
25.
Oh. She's
Once it jumps up
love-
my bones.
she is rather enamored by how you handle yourself, the witty banter,
Yeah.
Uh,
that's like right there.
food decisions and whatnot. She's like, when she was a little iffy before,
Is she gonna quit being an assassin?
she is not an assassin. So that would happen.
The
Then
assassin thing?
no, that was a joke earlier. So that date would go perfectly fine. Can I you were saying that you were going to go see the tree.
Yes, I want to investigate it.
He wants me to drag
Roll. You're going to go along on that day?
I guess, because somebody has to keep him out of
Okay,
trouble.
let's just say that was the first day, was just getting your magic items. The second day, there was a date. Unless you have a set week schedule.
It was getting the items, this stuff first, then it was interacting with the party.
Sorry, okay.
So day 2 could be interacting with the party.
Okay.
Sorry, I needed my bargaining chips in place first.
So let's say all day one is everyone has a bunch of different plans. That you're going ahead and looking up uses for the blood. You actually would go to the island and consult the necromancer on that, and I will give you that information. You have your date. You go ahead and looking for the items. You actually go to the apothecary, in which they say is like, sorry, we just don't happen to have a dozen healing potions on stock. But you would go out. We happen to have 4 smaller ones and a large superior jug of healing that we can go ahead and... And the cat went away.
Is that wine?
20% off for the cat being off.
4 potions of healing and then a superior potion of healing. So I can do maybe
Does it cure cancer?
700.
Let's see here. When do you think you'll have more supply in?
He would say, we have been a little late with our moon dust shipment. So hopefully you would come in maybe 3 days, and maybe I can get a little more. Which would be before the kind of weird deadline that you don't know about, but maybe in 3 days, and then maybe overnight I can have something done.
I'll take these and 2 more in 3 days for 700.
It says that should be good, and go be an exchange. Physical ops. I don't know where you want to put them. Props.
Props to you. Try to put them where I won't accidentally kick them.
That is a thing. Yeah.
Alright, so I am writing that down.
Which I actually had. Where did I put it?
I had.
That's actually what a healing potion is, but I had the note for the superior healing potion, and I do not see it. It's actually, the superior one heals 4d8 plus 8 plus your whatever the same modifier that you'd be pulling out a sending stone. It'd be like, where's my supplies? Oh, wait, no. Day 1. Sorry. Day 1 was his stuff. It was you two actually going to the tree. I need a nature check. It's actually on the inside. It's past a few things, and kind of just in a hallway is one of the segments to it. D20 and add nature. Do you want to give him... Oh,
I got a 19. Then, what's my nature?
It's whatever on your skills sheet.
He's like, what's my
Under nature would be an N.
Negative 50.
A druid with a negative 50.
It's 0.
You have a 0, so you just have a 19. You can look at this tree, and you can tell that, at least by the outer bark that you're looking at, that it is fossilized. It's stone, it's not wood.
It was a tree.
Oh, it was a tree. Okay.
Like,
This doesn't upset you, does it?
Wait, what did you say?
I said quick. You know, opposite of petrification is stone to flesh. Now you got flesh tree. Away.
It's a guy from Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're becoming chaotic neutral.
So on the first day, you go ahead and at night you go ahead and consult with uses of this. And as he's already talked to you about learning spells, he starts talking to you about the nature of necromancy, and throughout the week, not just this, he actually go ahead and teaches you 3 different spells that can actually, some of it can be used for, with the blood. I'm changing the component of that. First of which, he will teach you Speak with Dead. It's a 3rd level spell. It's just useful. You can ask the dead questions and whatnot.
Yeah, now you can have your Ouija
As the
board.
party members when they
Increase the
die,
ball.
do you want to come back? Do you will everything to me? Guys, the party, he said yes. Can you corroborate this? Trust me, he did.
Now he has a Ouija. You need a Ouija board. You push the ball and make money with it. Yeah, I
Just
see
have
your
a
great
dead
part
party
talking.
member act like other dead family members of other people.
You also learn
Give
the
him
spell,
Give
which
him
is...
Skeleton.
I did not. It's I did not put the names on any of these. It's Summon Undead. There is a material component. I've not written on this, but changed it to it's either bone, flesh, or blood. You can either summon yet again essentially a putrid, which is a zombie, a skeleton, or a ghost. Bone would be the skeleton. Flesh would be a putrid, and the blood would actually let you summon a ghost of something. There is all actually complicated rules on how they are, but it will look like the creature in which you use the material for.
Does it work at night?
It can work all the time.
Okay.
Also, while consulting it, you have
lunar eclipse.
created of your own volition this horrendously homebrewed spell, which actually was a joke that me and Jason thought of. I thought it would just be fitting.
Oh no!
It's Hand Grenade.
Hand grenade?
Grenade.
Made out of hand?
Made out of a hand.
Exploding corpses.
Oh, I think it's great.
I bet you do.
It was so funny. I was like, this has to be.
Does
Yeah.
it do poison?
He does like that stuff.
It's actually piercing damage.
Oh, bones.
Because
Bones
the hand swells and explodes, and the
I mean, it makes sense.
Right.
the bones in the hand.
Do you know how many bones are in a hand?
Yeah, it's a lot.
All these
feet.
ball bearings right in through here.
So I know you're going to have to go ahead and look at all that and see all your uses of that. But throughout the week, it wasn't just that first night. You have figured that out. The first day and most of your week, at least at night. Does anybody else have any other plans that they want to do throughout this week of preparation? Let's just say at your date, you have heard of this great hunt that's going on, that they have to go find an Allosaurus meat because it has been missing on the menu.
Yeah, the Allosaurus. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to that. Are we meeting you? Well, not yet.
When he tells me I'm interacting with you.
Alright, so I have to tell this to you.
If any time you would think you would have encountered,
Roughly
They-
day 2 or 3 is when I would interact
it's
with them.
Oh,
about day 3
Yeah, it's a
dinosaur
because
meat.
Yeah.
so
You
you've
should
heard of
learn
them.
how to
You need to
become a
get all
dinosaur
3 of
too,
them
right?
together.
Dude.
That's the problem.
Well, it would, during the day, you should all at least be in the inn at some point.
Get hunted. Oh no.
I think it's a challenge rating too for Allosaurus.
I thought it was a lot more when I said it. It is a 2.
I know
I
it
have
is,
may
yeah.
have slightly altered it to be a little bit more of a threat.
I know because I've been thinking for Power Ranger build, and I think Allosaurus is a challenge rating too.
Yeah, I was like, Allosaurus challenge rating 2. This is preposterous. The same as a bear?
Or better than a bear, probably, but
the
less.
same
well,
way.
maybe-
It's so ancient, it doesn't bite as much anymore.
So now you know about that. The only thing that's pressing right now in between that is around the last day your armor is made.
The
Right before it. But this will be now have like three 3, 4, 5, 5 with nothing planned.
Oh.
3, 4, 5. Well, we're going to the Allosaurus, right?
That's like day 7.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have prepped the egg that's in your possession. In your plants, you have finally actually seen some green growth.
Yeah.
I
don't think I have money anymore. I use everything. Even for the egg. Hasn't hatched.
I've rolled for how many days it is, and I reduced it. And I made the little carrying thing. The amount of time that needed to pass is kind of ridiculous.
It's been a long time, bro.
With me.
It's actually only been after on the 7th day, it would have only been like
But in
6,
real
7
life,
days.
it's been a long time.
It's been 2 months.
With me, I guess for those several days, I will be resting and praying over my plan, I guess. Since I don't know what else to do.
Well, things may change.
Do you happen to have access to plant growth?
In my book?
Well, since it would be several days, you could have looked that up. I would at least, if you were that crazy, you would have looked it up.
That crazy. So you're not that crazy.
If you're praying, I'm assuming Yeats is like, I have prepared for you this day. Plant growth.
Plant growth. I was also thinking, what if I just decided to place a already living plant in there, fully grown, an already fully grown plant in that pot. What if I just decided to be like, you know what? I want to.
It is a 3rd level spell. You could have casted it each day.
All right, then I would like to do that.
Okay. And you would have noticed a lot more growth as this cactus is beginning to form.
Yes.
So wait, does Sunny have anything for powering, like weapons or armor or whatever?
Do you want to tag along? Hunting alligators.
That might benefit me.
That might benefit me.
I might.
If you have a conversation with her, she would say, assuming you would talk to her about this, she would have been probably saying to some degree of, are you feeling unsafe about this adventure? I think you can handle yourself.
Yeah, I'm pretty handful. I don't know what to say. I think so. I keep the party survive.
Even though it's a whole lot, then she would.
You're doing well.
Do you ever
because of
see
things
a
going
small
on,
turtle talking to the giant turtle, like be friends?
Oh, yeah. That shooting boiling
she
water.
would give you a magic potion. Sorry, I'm taking it from just to give. It's a healing potion,
Hey,
just for your safety.
only a healing potion.
Only
Not
a,
superior.
Okay, no, she would not have access to that. Though you would look in her shop and she would offer you +1 shield. Might be like the only thing. She's looking at all your gear and being like, "You're pretty optimized."
Yeah, like a gun.
Just like, I have nothing else that could help you.
Alright, I'd say the potion. Can I keep it?
What?
Can I keep
If you need to, I actually have more to put it.
I got written on my sheet exactly how much I have.
Okay. Your day, well, again, it's any. Trying to think for
I just need them all together.
that would be like the 3rd day. Was that? What was your plan? Sorry.
reading
my
spells.
Checker's probably going to practice in the woods with the magic techniques or anything that he's learned to just get a handle on it.
Okay. The day in which the magic components for the spell potion would have showed up next in the timeline, and he would have 2 extra potions for you, and just say that that shipment didn't come in. I had to pay someone from the school that had already potion class to prepare it. That is abnormal, and you would get your 2 potions. That leaves with the day before the trip. You would be at the was it the Iron Bonsai? What is your current armor class?
12.
Oh, it is a 12. Okay, so it is a rather boost. Camilla is there, and she says, "Oh, yep, it's all ready for you, Mr. Rails."
Oh, good.
She says, "I don't think you had enough scales to get the full effect, but it should do you nicely. While wearing this armor, you're going to have an AC of 15, and you'll have advantage against dragon breath attacks. You'll actually essentially be able to have higher advantage of evading, which will mean you'll just roll 2 dice to it. You'll also gain, what was it, acid resistance. So you'll take half on acid because it was a green dragon." Wow, I did not speak very loud there. It's not the same as dragon scale armor, but it was enough to get the magical effects of it. That would then lead up to the day of going to the Feast of Monsters, preparing for this particular quest. So they should all be outside, or at least on transit to. Of
You in your
or before we're
fluff ball form still?
what are you transformed?
I am giant otter.
You're staying giant otter.
Yeah,
Okay.
with all my equipment and stuff.
Well, an adventurous human walks up to you. About mid-20s. Greetings, gents. Moment of your time.
Yeah, for attention.
I'm looking for such individuals as yourself. I'm running a business, and I am looking for either investors, employment, or employees.
What's the business of?
I'm glad you asked. My card.
Rent a road.
Yes.
A road.
Rent-A-Rogue is here for all your adventuring needs. Why not brand a bard? Well, we got enough elven boy bands out there. Most of them are older than my great-grandfather.
Sounds like
Fund a fighter? Please. Watch Warlock? Yeah, you definitely gotta watch them. They're not worth it.
Would I be able to see the text on the back with my monocle?
Not exclusively.
No, not exclusively.
I don't think it's. Is there anything magically hidden on the?
It is with illusionary script and Thieves' Cant decoding it. So that way, even if you can read illusionary script, if you don't know Thieves' Cant, you can't fully comprehend it.
No, okay.
And typically with
Just like druids.
pass that around to them, but Rent-A-Rogue. Gnomes in your garden? Contact Rent-A-Rogue.
This kind of steam.
Vermin in your vestibule? Rent-A-Rogue. Eldritch entities eating everything? Rent-A-Rogue. As said, I am looking for investors, I am looking for employment, and I am looking for associates to work with me.
How do you deal with these problems? Like, what manner of speaking do you deal with these beings?
Whatever is required to accomplish said goal. There's many ways to skin a cat. There's many ways to trap a manticore.
I'm not sure how I feel about this.
Oh, no. This
Wow.
is cursed.
I'll be very hesitant to this arrangement.
Can I
For
at least
the-
feel like there's something going on with the car?
For what's written on the back side, Rent-A-Rogue is not responsible for any lost or misplaced loot or artifacts, nor any damsels becoming distressed, or accidentally waking eldritch entities. Accepting this card is a binding contract.
Exactly. I guess you're a binding contract right now.
Shoot. Now I don't know how to feel about this, and I'm stuck with this.
Well, you're being in binding contract since the beginning.
But let me digress. I mean, I know you guys are fairly wealthy and still new to the area. So, I know you have backing, but you are also adventurous, so you don't stick around heavily in one place. I can provide a lot of abilities to your repertoire. Like, your fuzzy one here, I can make him hide easier in plain sight by just making him look like a ugly northern human.
Oh, so you know what he is. Alright.
I have knowledge of spells and other things that can aid other party members, as well as plentiful healing items that can aid others.
Okay.
Now you're grabbing our attention more.
As well as my other vast repertoire of abilities. I am a jack of all trades. My name is Jackson.
Jackson.
I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that decision to you because having a rogue in the party is like the worst.
I'm not a rogue, sir. No rogue in their right mind would admit to being a rogue. That's almost as bad as a ranger just being a ranger.
That's what a rogue will say.
But I'm not a rogue. And because you know that, does that mean you are a rogue?
I don't know. Am I?
I'm going to walk up to you in my sign language. I'm going to assume that you know sign language.
I don't
He's a
think
jack of
anyone
all
else
trades.
reads.
He's a jack of all trades.
Yeah,
yeah. He knows other secret languages. I'm going to be like...
Basically, I'm looking at his body language.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to be like...
Plus, I could
So-
study.
Of an otter, though. Would that be with disadvantage?
Say what you're going to say, then I'm going to have to roll.
Yeah. I'm going to be asking you... Do you believe in God? Basically, like, are you holy or something?
Hey,
If you saw the card, which you did, you would have seen that on the back.
Yeah, just dyslexic.
No, do you see the symbol?
Yeah,
Dead
that
center.
thing in the middle.
I don't know if he would, even his character would have history with that particular
It's
deity.
just,
It looks like
typically it would be
mask.
religion, knowledge religion.
Oh, you can roll a knowledge religion. Yes, you could. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, I got a -1.
I got a 3. I'm like,
But the thing is lore-wise, I read up on it, is people would actually draw this on their stuff for his safety to keep from stuff being taken, so to speak.
I'm going
But
to be
as far as religion, well, natural, what he was saying, natural 17 plus whatever you want me to. Basically, he was throwing out some religious gestures, probably.
Are you gonna hire him?
I don't know. Your call.
I don't think we have a choice. We have to send
Okay,
it
so
there.
you pick up...
Wait, you don't, unless you actually were able to read that. Were you actually able to read that? That all that was hidden in text. And
I don't know.
Well, the back of it would be
Yes,
only
the back.
I
hidden.
wouldn't know
Only
that's
the back.
binding.
He would...
basically,
you would
all that
see
was
something would have been hidden because you do have the ability to see
Didn't you,
invisible
explain
things,
what was on
but
the
thieves
back?
can't. It's a
that
whole
was
different
for the
language.
camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that was for the camera.
Yes, that was only for.
Is the image of the image hidden as well?
No,
Or
the image is plain as day.
you would have seen.
And all this would have been a lot of calligraphy and funny lines. Just
You would know something would be hidden, but you wouldn't be able to get the
Artsy
thieves' can't
stuff.
element.
yes, the back is supposed to be artsy looking.
Mhm.
Though I guess you would have only just seen an image, but it could be depicted as just like that is their logo.
I'm convinced we have a con man here. I'm not too sure about his goals and his intentions either, so
You can hire me.
Did you or
For
did
a
you
trial
not
run.
agree that you were holy, or you
He-
believe in?
I'm
Probably
as holy as the
understand.
next person next to me.
Oh, you think about me?
So what do you need for hire?
I might
Specifically.
differ sometimes.
Depends on your request. What is it your task is will depend on how much you're being charged.
I want to ask.
We are all joining in at this hunt. I assume you're joining the hunt. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever explained it to you, but we have a hunt going on,
He explained it to me.
and maybe an assistance would be required,
I'm
depending on what we encounter.
gonna say this to you guys basically.
No one here reads sign language.
No
Does
one-
anyone would have a reason to know sign language?
Besides
Do you
the
know sign language because of your order?
closest I have is these can't,
Let's say yes.
which uses hand gestures and vocal cues.
Let's say yes because I can't with it.
Yeah, I can't endure this. You were religious because apparently it was a religious thing dealing with the elderly, is what
Yes.
he claimed it to be. So maybe your order teaches
Yeah.
common sign language.
I'll just wear the truth-seeking monocle as he's doing this. See if
CCL. if
You
will.
know,
see if I can even
I can make
understand
it
this.
so you don't have to hide and you can speak properly.
I'm gonna.
And you can stay out in the open for a lot longer period of time.
That is true.
It's like, my child, you don't have to hide anymore.
I mean, you don't have to keep asking me where the bathroom is. You are a druid, are you not?
Yeah.
Now, for everybody's memory, yeah, he was there. He seen you get poofed when the boulder happened.
Yeah.
So the only people that know, other than the group, is Jackson and the necromancer, which kind of completely didn't care.
Nah, he did not care. Don't know why.
I care a little bit.
And with like I said, with your build, turning you into rather bulky human from the north, it would be very easy and very easily overlooked.
From the north? That sounds like a blonde with blue eyes, no?
What's your charge?
German. I become.
For a quick disguise job, I can do that for 5 gold.
5 gold for a disguise job. What about with a hunt?
With the hunt, well, see how you're going after an Allosaurus, and they're not around anymore. So either it's extremely resilient, or there's a new cropping coming out.
I don't know. He's
Would I
scared.
know if they're extinct or not? Because my character knows his monsters.
Go ahead and give me
History check. History.
I didn't say extinct.
history check with advantage for your background. So you roll 2d20 and take the highest.
Okay, 13.
Because my character is unknowing,
And a 20.
I'm going to be fine with him joining.
So that's a 20.
Due to your
I don't know. I don't know what was on that card.
It's,
The point is
I
like,
thought you were talking about the other.
None of you would pretty much
Yeah,
know.
no one.
That's a trick.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna ask.
your background as being a nature researcher and even a cryptid researcher, you would know that there is some sort of knowledge that dinosaurs do still exist in this campaign setting's concept of the Feywild. You also do have a memory to back this up of back in Dry Dock when you were dealing with the black box. You remembered when Mr. Shambles came back after spying, he said, "They have velociraptors. I have no idea what's going on." So you definitely know dinosaurs are back, and then you know that exist, and you know that there seems to be some sort of connection to Feywild crossings, that the natural wildness seem to have kept a population of different dinosaurs.
Once again, your price for this hunt.
Set at 100 gold.
Let's say I give you 50 now, 50 when it's done. Just so I know.
Oh, okay.
Deal.
There we go.
How contracted binding?
How long? How long does this hiding of me last before I have to pay you again? Is my question. If I do,
You assign to Roland would probably say
Yeah.
this, as apparently religious people
Well,
organized religious
It's-
people.
depends on how often you bathe. Probably last. Well, if you wild shape a lot, probably get removed and probably have to redo it more often. But it should easily last 1 to 3 days as long as you don't get overly tussled and messed up. In which case, again, 5 gold per application, unless we were on a more cordial agreement.
I'll be like, hold up. I got.
It will make your life a lot easier interacting with everybody here.
Yes.
Mr. Possible Slave.
Possible slave.
Possible slave.
I'm gonna pass you the 5 gold and say, hey,
Hey, hey, hey.
could you make that happen?
I am using my disguise kit. And I'll be under deception roll. Or what roll would that be?
Well, since you're applying it, that would be more of maybe a sleight of hand, dexterity kind of thing, because you're applying it. It's not you hiding as it. It's
25.
oh, wait. Well, okay. So I'm assuming you
I go behind
find a
bush
place
or something.
to go back to your half-work self, and yeah,
I'm just utilizing accenting as features so it will not rub off as easily, but it will not hamper anything. Basically, I'm not going too extravagant to cause issues. I'm going extravagant enough that he will easily pass as human.
yeah.
I went with Northern because he's big and bulky. Orcs.
Big and bulky, so you look like Norse is where he's kind of
Exactly.
going with, like Viking-esque.
You look like
It's
a barbarian now.
does perfectly fine. You now very easily pass as human, especially to elves that really don't care much about that. You might have a disadvantage on passing someone that has grew up as a human,
Especially
but
in
they
the northern
wouldn't
lands.
care as
yeah.
much, maybe. Well,
Most of humans around here are going to be the wizards, and they won't care. So,
as you've seen, the local guard is like you haven't seen a human in the local guard. It has been elf. And yeah.
Now that we can communicate a little bit easier there, sir, are my services appearing useful to you?
Indeed, and I think
Well, feel free to pass that information and your thoughts along to your fellow compatriots for future propositions.
Future business.
Again, I am looking for backers, employees, or people to hire me. Rent Rogue is always looking for fellow associates.
Let's assume that a lot of this happened either close or around the inn as you were going out. As this whole thing was going, there was a guy that kind of stood outside of all this and says, "Sorry, it seemed a little." He'd be an elf. He'd be like, "I just went and talked to Alistair. He said you guys are the ones mainly staying in the inn. We've acquired a letter. Is there a Mr. Shambles?"
I'd say that would be you.
I would walk up, big bulky,
Says-
big guy.
He'd be like, "Okay, that's odd. We don't normally get this. We were. This came via squirrel.
Okay.
Our guards don't let wildlife out from outside of this area. There were some staples involved.
Staples.
I hope we just found it on the person. At some point, you might want to look over that. I know your issue,
right.
but like, good day.
Man, you put a lot of words in there.
Think about
A lot of
this way
small
too much.
words.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah, small words.
I'm so sorry.
It's small words.
It's small words.
Easter eggs. As that's going on, you would eventually make your way to the front of the Feast of Monsters. There's Gourmand, which is the guy that's supposed to kind of look like the guy from The Witcher. I've explained that. He has a ponytail, eye patch, Geralt. But he goes by Gourmand. This is the closest I can get to a thing. He's loading up. They have 2 wagons. They're loading up some supplies. There seems to be maybe a few other people that work for the restaurant going out for this. Then you would turn, look at all 4 of you, and go to Rails. Like, you've arrived. I knew, and won a garish armor. I'm assuming you had your armor on. It's like it's rather old-fashioned gay. Because this kind of stands out, but there's like a black and a dark green, and it's in low light. It probably has a better sneaky effect, but oh well. It's like you've came with friends. This has been a regular recently.
Yeah.
You've been hitting up the bar?
Yeah, I've been hitting it. What do you say?
That's her name.
Huh?
He's been with Lady Sunny.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
She's a regular, and
I've been gonna.
she has a particular order that she definitely, yeah. We definitely make sure we keep that stocked. And then look around and be like, so is this your group?
Yes.
Nice. Says,
I'm not entirely sure yet. This is a trial run.
Wow.
go and look at.
Oh.
It's like, well, it's hands. No, this has got to be better than any of these wizards. They faint all the time.
They faint all the time.
And I say, well, it's going to take maybe a few days. Take a day or 2 travel. then we're going to eventually have a base camp,
How
and
many
then
of the food did they send? Just curious. They
think it's that particular food item. It says it said either 2 dozen or a dozen.
Okay.
I think I'm hearing Shambles mumbling something about food.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's fun. That's what I asked you last month, and then kind of sprinkled a little bit of that in with Sonny's backstory. Okay, so he says you can ride in the wagons there. We may have to walk back by foot. He has a large great axe, and he also has the walk that was seen before on his back, the one that was made out of a giant crab exoskeleton. There would be like mainly humans in his party. There might be one elf or two, and there is actually one of the people driving is a dwarf. So him and the dwarf's going to get in driving. They're being pulled by looks like mainly large cattle, something like a water buffalo, kind of an animal, and that is where they're going to head. It would be east, which is actually somewhat off. If anybody even remember when I had a map, off closer to the Elven territory, and they're going to be going through the forest where they will leave a checkpoint. There's going to be a checkpoint that was the opposite of the one in which you found that you got your adventure from. He's going to ask, well, any of your papers, sir? Sir? It's like, well, I am an owner of an establishment. He has his own. He'll fill out a paper. You say, okay, approved by the headmaster. Go ahead and go.